What's good, YouTube? We back at it again for the last segment of the night. We want to do the recap of Mr. Charles Martin versus Anthony Joshua. And if I got time, I want to talk a little about Gilberto Ramirez's win over Arthur Abraham. Now, one thing I want to say, I'm letting this shit bleed over. I forgot to mention in the last video that the Manny Pacquiao-Tim Bradley fight, this is how close the judges had it in reality. It was 116-110, all three judges. Scorecards, if I'm not mistaken. If you take those two knockdowns away, right, and those 2 rounds were Bradley rounds. He was landing a lot of his shots. He was dictating the pace. I had those rounds going to Bradley, and then the knockdowns happened, 10-8 rounds for Pacquiao. Take those 2 knockdowns away, that's 2 points away from 116 score for Pacquiao. That makes it 114. That's 10 points for Tim Bradley if he won those 2 rounds. That's 2 points per round. That's 4 points. That's 114-114. The fight could have been a draw. That's how close the fight was. All right, let's get into Anthony Joshua and Charles Martin, man. Now, I got to eat, bro.
Oh, hey, go ahead, yeah.
On my motherfucking plate. I got to eat. You know what I'm saying? This is what I look like when I'm about to eat.
Hey, there you go. Elbows on the table.
Word. No manners, bro. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Check. Oh, sus. How the fuck do you commit the same sin 2 times in a row, bro? You commit the same sin 2 times in a row.
Yep.
This motherfucker came in with the lazy jab.
Yep.
This is what we said in our pre-fight prediction. Again, we were wrong in our prediction, but the breaking down of the fight was absolutely spot on once again.
Yep.
I specifically said about Charles Martin, I said he stands upright and he keeps his hands right here. And when he pumps that jab, he's always waiting to bring this. So he keeps his hand right here, his left hand, right here at all times, right? And it's usually a lazy jab. I didn't say that, but he's usually pumping the jab, his hand's right here. That's exactly what the fuck happened against Anthony Joshua, and that's why the 2 knockdowns happened. Now, my man Sess said Anthony Joshua has power in both hands, right? And if he connects, it's lights out, right? That's exactly what the fuck happened. He throws that lazy-ass jab, and when he's throwing it, he's right here, and he's upright like this. Well, the first time, Anthony Joshua, he gets hit by the jab, and he just goes over. Bam, hits him, knocked down. This motherfucker gets up. Does the same exact shit, Sess.
Same exact shit.
Pumps the jab out. This time, Anthony Joshua knew it was coming, so he just let it hit him. It hit him like this. He let the jab hit him because he knew it wasn't shit.
Yep.
This motherfucker Joshua is standing there like this. His hand is already back here while the jab is here. Right over the top. Knockout. Now,
dropped his ass.
I think the stoppage was bullshit.
Yeah.
I think the stoppage was bullshit. I think he got up at 9, and then the ref said 10 while he was standing. I have to look again, but I think that's what I remember seeing.
Yep.
And if that's the case, that was bullshit because he was lucid. He was smiling when he got knocked down.
Yeah.
He did get up a little slow, but that's what happens when you catch one on the fucking jaw.
Yeah.
Your legs got to catch up with your body.
Yep.
But the fact that he got up at 9. Let the fight go. I seen niggas get pounded into the fucking mat. I seen niggas get knocked out the ring, get back in the ring, and continue to fight. So you telling me you're going to stop the fight just because he got knocked right back down a second later after the first knockdown? Yeah. He got up at 9, at the most 9.5. He didn't get up at 10. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Even if he was getting up, or let's say he was crouched like this at 9.5, get that nigga, look, he's getting up.
Yeah.
Look at him, because as the ref, you can still look at him and be like, no, the fight's off. It doesn't have to be at 10, up.
Yeah.
Give him a second, look at him, and if he's lucid, continue to fucking fight.
Yeah.
I think it was a bullshit stoppage, but Charles Martin looked like a fucking straight up C level. Fuck B level. He looked like a C.
Oh, yeah.
He made amateur mistakes. I can knock Charles Martin out, bro.
Word,
you know what I'm saying? With that type of mistake that he made, I'll go right over the top of that motherfucking left hand, just like Anthony Joshua did, B. What you think?
Man, like I said, I don't disagree with anything you said, man. he made two cardinal sins. He committed two cardinal sins, man.
Yep.
And they were both the same exact thing. He was throwing a lazy fucking jab, and he tries to come in behind a heavy left hand, but at the end of the day, man, when you don't show your opponent that you at least have a respectable jab or have a jab that at least keeps him at bay, there's nothing stopping him from hitting you with his best shot. Mm-hmm. You know, my pops used to always tell me, you don't paw with the fucking jab, man. You don't paw with the jab trying to commit to something. Mm-hmm. You can paw with the jab to hold your opponent at bay or to hold him still, but you don't paw with the jab and try to come behind it. You gotta pop, get it out there.
Yeah.
And Charles Martin was like pawing with the jab, or he was just throwing it real soft and flimsy. And Anthony Joshua was like, "What the fuck? Mm. Boom!
Yeah, give me
down." That. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Like, I mean, man. And another point that I want to make, the moment got to Charles Martin too, man. He if it looked like to me another case, just like with Timothy Bradley, he couldn't get off. He couldn't get off because he was just mentally just wasn't there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think when he got in the ring and when he seen how big Joshua was, it looked like it just changed his game plan. You know, it just did something to him. I don't even think he really threw any punches in the first round. He probably threw at the most, he probably threw 15, 20 punches. You know, but Anthony Joshua was in front of him, coming straight forward, imposing that big size. And if y'all want to go back to one of our earlier videos, I said, if you're imposing your size on a guy, or if you're walking a guy down, the guy that's being walked down gets smaller.
Yes, sir.
It just looked like you can punch through the motherfucker because he's backing up from you. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what Charles Martin was doing. Charles Martin was doing. He was going straight back. He wasn't really using any footwork. And then when he did decide to try and let one of them left hands go in the second round, he ate a big flush ass right hand. Mm-hmm. To touch on what you said, 2K, about the stoppage, I didn't like the stoppage. You know, I thought he got up at about 9.5, and he was good. You know, those shots didn't knock him out.
No, the hell no, not at all.
Yeah, exactly. Those were basically flash knockdowns. Those are punches where you lose your legs. You know, he got caught on the chin. Shit, he got caught in a good ass spot. Yeah. You know, and they dropped him. And I think what Charles Martin was trying to do was he was trying to milk that count. You know, when you get knocked down, your trainer always tell you, don't automatically get back up.
Right.
What happens when you automatically get back up? Just go watch the Zab Judah and Costa Zoo fight.
Bambi legs.
Yeah, exactly. You look like a fucking newborn Bambi, you know? So you don't automatically get back up, man. You got to milk that fucking count. Some dudes jump up at 8. Some cats jump up at 9. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Some cats jump up right when they can beat the count, like 9.5. And that's what it looked like Charles Martin was trying to do. But I will say this, though, man. My hat goes off to Anthony Joshua. My prediction was wrong. But at the end of the day, I liked everything that Anthony Joshua did. I liked the way that the fans got behind him. They were after he won, they played that it pays the cost to be the boss. And, hey, he went up in there, and he just did his thing, man. Yep. I like the fact that they capitalized on this challenge. And that's what I really like about it. Because truth be told, Anthony Joshua hadn't fought a southpaw, and Charles Martin had more fights than him.
That's true.
Eddie Hearn, as a promoter, could have said, "Nah, not right now. Not right now. Let's get you one more fight, and then or two more fights, and then we'll go after this dude." Yep. But they were like, "Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We think you can beat him. We're gonna get behind you. He's willing to come over here. Let's do it." And they believed in Anthony Joshua, man, and he went in there and performed. Absolutely. So I'm going to give him that, and I'm going to give him the fact that he fought a rival in Dillian White, a dude that was talking mad shit to him, and a dude that had beat him in the amateurs. and he knocked him out. You know, so I'm loving everything about Anthony Joshua right now, man. He's definitely won me over as a fan. And to put a bit more of an emphasis on this, he does have that crossover appeal. I had a chick here watching the fight, and she was just all into him. She don't know shit about boxing, but she was all into Anthony Joshua. So he has that crossover appeal, man. He can appeal to men because of what he does in the ring and boxing fans, but he also appeals to women because that's what they want to see. They like seeing dudes like that, you know, and winning in emphatic, dominant fashion.
Good
so,
point. Good point.
You know, I'm loving it, man. I honestly want him to stay undefeated, you know, and I want him to go after these bigger and better opponents, but later on, not right now, just later on, you know what I'm saying?
The matchup to be made is Anthony Joshua and, you know, the man that you the spokesperson for. That's, I mean, look.
Squad.
Hey, look, bro. That's the matchup to be made. I think, man, Anthony Joshua has a lot to learn. And y'all know I'm the biggest critic on Deontay Wilder, but I think he knows a lot more than Anthony Joshua right now. I love Anthony Joshua's hand speed and his power combination. Only problem is, like I said, he's too stagnant. He has no head movement. He doesn't bring his hands up enough. He can get caught with any shot that you throw at him. If you give him distance, you can catch him. If you give him movement, you can catch him. If you give him a jab, you can catch him. Not that lazy bullshit that Charles Martin did. But everything Deontay Wilder has, he could beat Anthony Joshua right now. Yeah. But I would like to see that fight because, I mean, I'm a nigga that's in shape. I don't like seeing these big fat-ass heavyweights getting in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Frank Bruno versus Mike Tyson. I'm not talking about style-wise. I'm talking about two big-ass gladiator, look like niggas got chiseled, you know what I'm saying, by artists and shit. Like, straight up two big-ass sculptures in the ring. That's what heavyweight boxing is about. Yeah. Right now, you know, that's Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. But, you know, style-wise, it's an excellent matchup, too. So, we'll see what happens, man. Right now, the IBF rankings are looking kind of fucking meek at the heavyweight division, man. And actually, they haven't updated their shit since February. So, the last thing I can look at was February this year. Of course, Charles Martin was still the champion. Anthony Joshua was ranked number 4. 1 and 2 was vacant. Number 3 was Erkan Tepper, who is, he just, I think he knocked out David Price just recently. So he's kind of still of a prospect. So that's actually the next guy for Anthony Joshua as a mandatory. So we'll see what happens, man. Okay. As far as Gilberto Ramirez, everybody on Facebook, I told y'all motherfuckers, because I put my prediction on Facebook. We didn't put it on wax. We should have, but we didn't. I said Gilberto Ramirez would take Arthur Abraham. Also, we made a video not too long ago about Triple G. Gilberto Ramirez, leading up to this fight, he called out Triple G. He said, I'll fight that motherfucker next. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say that. That's 2K to God translated. He might as well should have said that shit, right? Yep. You know what I'm saying? And Triple G had no answer. He had no comment. Well, I'm expecting Triple G to not have no fucking comment. Definitely right now, by the way, he dismantled Arthur Abraham from the out. He won 12 straight rounds, B. Yep. He won 12 straight rounds, B. He dismantled Arthur Abraham, a bona fide champion, bro. He's not no bum. This is a fucking... Oh, no. This dude's nice. I like Arthur Abraham, but he dismantled him. I had Gilberto winning the fight maybe 8 rounds to 4 before the fight. After the fight, I had it 120 to 108, clean sweep, 12 rounds to 0. So let's see. He's got a title now. Triple G can fight for a title. I mean, he ain't doing shit at 160. It's a no-name. I mean, he's pretty much a no-name. I mean, what? He beat Arthur Abraham. That's already better than Triple G's goddamn resume.
Exactly. But you know what, 2K? Let me say this before we end this, man.
Go ahead.
I don't think... Okay, let me make this point. After the Dominique Wade fight, I need for Golovkin to fight somebody.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck who he fights. I need it to be... No, I'm sorry. I do give a fuck who he fights. I need it to be a name. If you ain't going to get Canelo... You need to do something, man. You need to do something. Okay, now, I don't think he'll fight Gilberto Ramirez because Ramirez is way too dangerous. He's way too dangerous. He's 6'1", 6'2". He's a southpaw, and he can fucking box. He's got pretty good footwork. So, I hope it happens, but, you know...